it don't get everything is true. But what it don't get, I can't use. I need money. That's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I want.
Welcome back to the MBH Podcast, episode 13. We are here today with our amazing guest, Kane Wav.
What's up, everybody?
What's going on, man?
Working, brother.
Hey, we're excited to have you. You've been doing a lot of big shit, so I think it's just probably best to start with you giving a little intro on yourself.
Yeah, man.
What you're up to.
Who you are, where you're from, all that good stuff, bro.
So my name's Kane Wav. I'm an artist and entrepreneur. I come from Milton. I come from the nightlife industry. Started the nightlife promotions. I used it as leverage with the music because I needed to be, more than just an artist. I didn't want to just have music. I wanted to be more value. Was in that for about 2 years. That's how I met you guys.
Of course.
And then, of course, the pandemic hit. Adapted, changed everything, changed my whole approach, and came up with these businesses. Got into PPE, and now we're here. So
amazing, bro.
Yeah, man.
Amazing. So I want to take it back a little bit to the promoting days,
yeah.
just because they were important days for you. Because you're building network.
If it wasn't for that, I would not be here.
Right. So
my network is my net worth.
Yeah, man. And I'd love to touch upon that, just in general, how you started. Because like you said, you're from Milton, right?
Yeah,
so that wasn't an easy kind of trek to start a network downtown and get clubbing downtown and stuff.
Yeah.
But we talk about it a lot here, that promoting has helped us build our network and allowed us to kind of change industries from that. But I want you to talk about it for sure, because just another person.
Honestly, man, it's all about your network. It's all about leverage, and building relationships is what I do, and that's what I do best, and that'll get you anywhere way more farther than a degree, way more farther than anything, because that connection, and if you build that right relationship with the right people and you bring enough value to the relationship, which in the nightlife we were getting guys, girls, and those guys had they were assets to me, and I wanted something out of it, whether it was a label or an artist. My way to get through to them was to offer them something, and that's how you always give first, and you build the value first, and then they truly find out about who you are.
Yeah.
Right?
So I guess when you started promoting, you started to notice that value, right? You're like, okay, I have a value here that I can give people. I can, as small as it may be, getting someone in a club, getting them that table that they want, whatever it may be.
It means way more, because at the end of the day, it's customer service.
Of course.
And customer service is that's the whole hospitality market. And the big thing for me with the promotions is I actually enjoyed it. I enjoyed creating a vibe. I enjoyed making people have memorable moments, have the best birthdays ever.
Yeah.
And not only did we make money from it, it built my leverage and it built my name, because I'm from Milton. It's like out of town.
And the thing is with promoting, and we've seen it obviously from our side too, is like when you try and transition from like promoting to like, I guess like what people would see it as like a serious business.
Yes.
There's always that like disconnect, right? Because they're like, yo, how is this guy who's in the club popping bottles, whatever, having fun partying? Now how's he making that transition to like what people would see as a more legitimate or recognizable business?
It was definitely hard to get, like, being labeled as a rapper hard enough. You're already judged the moment you walk into a room. For 2 years, I never told anyone I was a rapper first.
I
said, I own a nightlife promotions company, because you don't want to create that negative stigma, and then trying to get out of the whole promoter like the whole
title,
lifestyle. Not even that. It's just the title that like people would label you with. So now they think you're a rapper and a promoter. You can't do business. Like, what are you doing? Like, you can't start companies. You can't.
You're always gonna have people that are there doing that, right?
Just
because you're actually doing it. That's why. So there's always gonna be people doubting you and stuff.
It's fuel,
But
I love them all.
It's huge that you mentioned that, because that's the same people that you were helping out at the clubs, probably people that you're still talking to on an ongoing basis that might even be clients of yours now. And you're looking at it.
All of my client base from the PPE wholesale and my whole network is all from clubbing. Because
you
go out, come from somewhere.
Wealthy people. I was a kid. I was 18. I didn't know millionaires until I went to the nightclub. And you meet millionaires. And you meet wealthy people, and you meet people of value, and people that are doing things that you want to be. During the club, I didn't spend $1 on bottles. I did, but they're spending $10K a night. Like, of course, you obviously have to be somewhere financially to be able to do that.
Of course.
So I saw that and started building the relationships, and it got me here. And big shout outs to the whole Wave team and the whole movement that we created, and it's just the beginning.
So what kind of clicked for you when you're like, okay, you know what, this whole clubbing thing is building our network up, we can do something with this? But what clicked there? Because there's a lot of promoters out there that they get sucked into the industry, and it's like another world. Like it's a fake world.
I get bored
like,
easily.
And okay, so maybe that's when you were kind of like, okay, I want to pivot. Like, I've been doing this for a while. I built my network, but there's more to it.
Yeah, I was just like, like, let's just. Honestly, if it wasn't for the pandemic and being 2 months in isolation, I'd still be where I was.
Yeah.
And it was that 2 months in isolation that really made me look back at the last 2 years of my life. Okay, what do I have? Yeah, I have some clout. Yeah, I know some girls. Yeah, I have a network, but I really had nothing really to show for it. And like after a pandemic happened, you see all these businesses going down. Our business went down the drain. So it's like, what do I do now? So I have to pivot and just think bigger. And it all starts with mindset and adaptability. And that's what got me. And when the economy reopens, we're still doing the promotion. We'll be throwing events, shows. We're working on next
because the value still adds to everything. 100%. It's still there, right?
And I love nightlife. I love partying. I love having a good time, and I love meeting people. It's like who I am. I love talking to people.
Yeah. So and Sako brought it up last meeting actually about how important it was for him when he started promoting. He lives by it. He's like, promoting is probably the best way to get out and network, right? And
he was saying like any business you have, it's essentially you're still promoting.
You're promoting any of your businesses that you need. So
you're selling yourself. The thing with promoting that is beautiful is you as a promoter, you're selling yourself for people to come to you when they go out, because there's a million other promoters. Yeah. So you learn how to really make yourself unique from other people because everyone else is doing the same thing.
You get a chance to market yourself in a way, right? So
it benefited the music. All my shows, I don't have millions of views. Yeah. All of my shows, I opened up Tory Lanes, Tyga, ASAP, did some university shows, some big shows, and all that was from my network. They didn't hit me up and say, "Hey, Kane, like you see you're blowing up." I didn't have a lot of. They just knew me because I was in the right place, and I put my foot in the right place, which is the nightlife scene, because that coincides with the music. Okay, so that's how we went about it, and it's all about leverage.
I love it.
Okay,
sorry. Go. So COVID was a huge point for you.
That changed my life,
because I even saw a lot of changes within your lifestyle and just what you were doing on a daily basis, right? So I know COVID happened, and a lot of people just took their time and kind of sat down and thought about it.
And I did too. I played Call of Duty straight for like a month straight.
Of course.
Day and night.
Yeah.
And I saw it as an excuse, and then it got to a point, it's like, okay, I have all the time in the world. Let me just improve myself. So I started working out every day. Thankfully, I had a gym at home.
Amazing.
In my mom's basement. And, I just started self-improvise. I didn't know what was coming my way. I was just mentally preparing for it. And in my head, I was like, I'm rich. Manifestation. Better yourself. I was reading all these books. I was writing my goals. I was trying to make myself a better person in business and be of more value to the world. And I really had to, I had all that time. I just assessed and I thought.
I seen you put up something on your story. It was like last weekend, and you're at your mom's or something like that, and you showed like you're bored.
Yeah,
and
I hit all those goals, and I was dead broke, looking up every morning or just looking at them. And it's the little things that you implement in your life that you can make the world work in your favor.
Of course.
100%.
Manifestation, man.
And we talk about energy and being good. Being good always wins the game. I was always a big-hearted person. Sometimes, in a lot of cases, it got me screwed over. But the longevity that it created with my relationships of just being openly hearted and a good person, it took me way farther.
Yeah, and a lot of people struggle to build a network because they're missing that aspect. Like, you had to put your ego aside for a lot of that. You had to put your pride aside. You have to put laziness aside. Yeah. And you got to say,
even food, it's all about sacrifice. I sacrificed a lot of things to get to where I'm at now. Of course. Whether I was gaining a lot of weight, so I had to sacrifice food and my habits. I was broke, so being broke teaches you a lot about life and a lot about money.
Man. Yeah, straight up.
That's what teaches you the most. And so I just took that and I just turned it to a lesson. And but I did not know this opportunity was coming. It happened. The way I got into the PPE was off of it. Message on Instagram.
Yeah, what I was gonna say was I want you to walk us through now that transition. Yeah. So COVID hits, whatever, everything's kind of fucked up.
I'm improving myself at home, whatever. Somebody hits me up, say, "Hey, you want to get into selling PPE?" I was broke. Sure, I'll sell anything, whatever. I made my first couple deals go through. I was like, okay, cool, clean money. You know what I mean? Yeah. And from there, it skyrocketed 10x. And I linked up with my friend Julian, and we're partners on Imperium Vending, and all this stuff came into fruition. But it just all started with doing it. I didn't know how to sell PPE. I didn't know what PPE was. I didn't know anything, but you learn from experience. And the thing that got me ahead of time is I just did it.
Of course.
You just do it. I didn't know anything. I just did it. I did it.
And that's the best way to learn.
I put out a story. Someone hit me up. They needed something. Boom. Made my first
It's
deal
an uncomfortable position because you're putting yourself in a new situation. You're like, okay, I'm going to go out and sell someone PPE for the first time. A lot of people are worried about what that person might think. Like, what's this guy up to? He's just trying to make a quick buck. Like, shit. It's hard to get out of that comfort zone because you were comfortable at a time. And then you're like, you know what? I can't stay like this anymore.
And
I got to get out of it. I need more, right? So once you start seeing those first couple deals, you're like, I can do this.
Yeah, I saw that it was attainable, right? And, you know, just with all my years, with all the relationship building, it literally in this industry, that's what it is with the PPE stuff. It's all about who you know.
Of course.
Anyone could sell anything, but it's all about who you know, right? So, and that was my leverage, and I leveraged it really well. And you know, we facilitated some big deals within the millions for PPE, but it was mostly B2B, business to business.
Nice.
My question was, how do we get to consumers? So that's how Imperium Vending came up.
Yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about that because I saw what you guys did and like.
So what is Imperium Vending for anyone that's listening right now?
So when the pandemic happened and we're making all these big wholesale deals, I asked myself a question. I said, how do I get through to the end user and create longevity where I'm in control? Because when you're doing wholesale deals, it's buyer and seller. They're the decision makers. I wanted to be in control. So, you know, we came up with the idea. We reached out to some places. We didn't know what we were doing. We didn't even know if masks would be mandatory. At the time, it wasn't.
You were telling us this. Yeah, you were telling us this.
And everyone's like, oh, well, what? Nobody's wearing masks. And at the time, nobody was. But I'm like, I don't know. Let's just do it. Yeah. Like, it sounds realistic. And it sounds like thinking ahead. And, you know, we planned it and we executed. And by the time we got our first 2 machines within the CN Tower, it was mandatory everywhere. Wow. So there's a bunch of places that are reaching out, the big shopping malls. So the number one thing with Imperium Vending was creating the accessibility to consumers about the everyday, because we wanted,
which was missing as well. That was missing.
Yeah, it was hard to find it.
Well, as an everyday consumer, like I really had no fucking idea where to go buy a mask, bro.
You walk into a store, they're like, you need a mask, and you're like, fuck, I don't have one. Then they're like, okay, I have one for sale. Here you go. Like, okay, so this is the only way you can get a mask. Like,
or it was like that, like brand on Instagram. They're like, yo, we're making cool
custom
masks, whatever.
Yeah, stuff like that. But it's cool that you took a changing the world approach to it. You know, you could have just like, there's other people making masks and printing masks and selling, but you guys took a different approach. You said, we have this connection. Let's use it to the most of our advantage right now.
And let's impact lives. Yeah. And that's what changed it all for me. In isolation, when I asked myself the question, like, how do I impact the most lives? Because that's what real wealth is. You know what I mean? It's not about the monetary. It's not about the money. It's about how many people can you impact. And the way, when I changed my approach after looking at it like that, that's when everything changed, and we came up with all these businesses. And you know, it really changed everything for me. Yeah,
it's really the intention behind it, because like you said, your intention behind it was to impact people in a positive way.
Reopen the economy. I want to go out. We all want to go out.
And it's funny you say that, because when you have that right intention, the money comes. The money just comes.
The monetary comes with the value that you bring.
It's the people that are worried about, okay, well, the money. They're not focusing on what really matters.
What problem are you solving? That's what entrepreneurship is.
Right? So that's very short term to think of it that way. Oh, where's the money? Where's the money? But you guys are going with a long term play here.
Yeah, because we could have these vending machines. You lock in the location, you have it for a year, 2 years, 3 years. They sign you, right? Yeah. So that's creating longevity within it. Okay, and then the second piece of the puzzle, which came in, which was Zuno services, that was the game changer.
So talk to us about Zuno. Talk to us about Zuno a little bit, what it is and where you want to go with it and why it's different.
It's very different. It is a new disinfection service that we have access to, and this substance that we use creates an up to 28-day layer of protection from any germ, bacteria, or virus on the surface. Right. So
you're saying if I just like drop it on here, for example, like I clean this table with it.
COVID and you cough and then I touch it after, I'll be fine.
You're good.
Yes, and it's all natural. It's a revolutionary product, and it's going to revolutionize the disinfection standards in Canada. And not only that, does it protect against viruses and COVID right now, but going forward, it will protect going forward. And if we get it everywhere, we could really change all of Canada and protect Canada.
Yeah, of course. And Zuno's nothing new. You guys were telling me before. It's around the world. It's proven right now.
It's proven. It's been over 100 lab tested. Wow. It's in multiple countries. It's been around for 10+ years. It's a proven technology. It's all natural, and it's Health Canada approved.
So you guys want to be the one to bring it here and say, hey, we made it possible here in Canada.
Yeah, because it's not like technically here right now.
It's not. It's here now because we.
Because you guys.
Of course.
Yes.
So sorry, kicking it off of Zuno for a second, because I do want to bring this up. I think it's important. what I like that you're doing, and I see it all over the gram. I'm seeing everyone kind of your team putting it together. Is that it looks like you're sharing the wealth. I mean, I don't know for sure. I'm not there to count paychecks, listen, but like
I share the blessing.
Yeah, and I think that's huge. And you're focusing on building a team right now, especially at your age. That's important, right? And if you can put your people on, that's huge. That's something I really respect. And maybe you can get into a little bit about your team and how that even started, right? Because I don't you're selling PPE. You're building. Well,
this business, I realized like I can't do this alone. And, I'm the type of person that wants to work on 5 things at once, but you can't because you'll spread yourself too thin.
Of course. Yeah.
And that's why you have a team, and that's why you assign positions to people. That's why you hire people. But my team that I currently live with, I live in a house and we do all sales, everything. And they're my team. They don't work for me. They work with me. And my goal is to make them bosses and to grow them. And they're not employees. I hire employees for that stuff. But the people that I live with right now, it's like I want them to be on my thought process level. I want them to be on my level where they're making moves, have their own businesses, because I'd rather create and inspire and make a change in a couple people's lives that'll change their lives forever. And I'll go to sleep and I'll die happy knowing that. You know what I mean?
And you lift each other up, right? When your whole team is on that wave.
And we see that a lot here too with our team. Like, to move forward, you need a team, and that's another thing. Like, a lot of people will get to a point where it's like they're making good money, and they're like, I don't really need a team. Like, I could keep doing this on my own. Those are the people that end up hurting their company a lot because you can't, like you said, you can't do everything yourself.
Well, there's a growth thing, right? I mean, I think you can get only so far by yourself, and I mean, if you're looking at it from a long-term play, it's like, I'm making $100,000, so I'm here. If I want to make $5 million in the future, I gotta lose some of that 100,000 right now.
Money, the monetary come and go.
Of course,
you lose 500, you make 100.
A lot of people are scared to bring on the team to go forward because they're comfortable. It's like, I'm making 100 grand, so I'm good.
No, but like, I'm looking at the long term. How will I last? And at the end of the day, I may be up now, but you go down just as quick as you can.
Yeah, exactly.
And the people you treat when you're up, they will have you when you're down.
Of course,
because I know what it's like to be down.
Yeah,
and you need those people, and it's that team that you actually casually like love, and we build. We build everything with them, and I'd rather build, right? Because it's the beginning, and whoever shows support in the beginning where it's needed, you will be. Everybody eats.
Well, they showed you that faith. They showed you that trust at the beginning when it was the hardest to get it, right? So you look at them now and like, oh, it's family. We all go up together. We all go down together, right?
Yeah,
that's dope, man. And I want you to get into a little bit about how you've been marketing yourself from when you were a promoter, rapper, everything, up until now. How have you marketed yourself so people know what you're doing every day? Because people just believe it because they see it. We're a strong believer in you become the person that you keep posting. Like, whatever you're posting, you become
Kane
that person.
Wav is a whole persona and brand, right? My real name's Anthony. There's 2 sides of me.
Shout out.
Shout out. Kane Wav is a brand, and it's a person that I want to one day become, and I am slowly becoming. The more I believe myself and speak it to existence. The way I market myself is to just be that guy that chases his dreams, that there's no limits, there's no rules. You do what you want. If it makes sense, you do it, and you could do anything you put your mind to. That's how I've been marketing myself. So work ethic, discipline, and positivity. Most importantly, positivity.
Of course.
And that's why I show off. I post a lot. Like, I post a lot of my everydays just to show the little things. Reading books,
It's different because you're not posting it with the intention to show off. People see right through the bullshit. They know if you're posting the car to show off or you're posting the car.
I don't post money.
Yeah, of course. But people that are following you, they know every day, okay, this guy's very inspirational towards me, showing me positivity, all this stuff. So when you do get to that point where you're posting that view of a crazy penthouse, they're never thinking this guy's being cocky. They're thinking, this guy's trying to show me that I can do this too.
You can do it. Everything I post is hustle and motivate. You know what I mean? That is my brand. That's my mantra. I post it with the intent to motivate people.
Of course.
And I have people that hit me up. I have fans that hit me up.
It's a good feeling, eh?
The best feeling is like, Kane, you inspired me to quit my job and start a business. Kane, you made me realize a lot. Kane, I saw this book on your story and I read it and it changed my life.
It's almost better than money, man.
It's better than money because it's a warm feeling, and it's in my blood and my family to give back. My grandma was a teacher. My mom was a nurse. Those personality traits that were born into me. That's what created my leader-like traits and my personality.
Yeah, and that always grows, right? And I think like a big thing, and we're even seeing it with ourselves, is kind of the same thing. As a team grows, you kind of learn how to lead a little bit better and kind of bring everybody up to your standard.
And I tell my team that you are the same. You have the same capability as me. All we have is we're all functional, and all we have is our brain. And that's the only thing that. And they have the same capability to do everything that I'm doing, and I try and show them that and teach them that every single day. It's hard, especially when they're your friends. It's hard.
And mindset's a tough thing to keep unlocking, right? It's
so
like
hard.
But you can see that you've started to unlock some pieces of your mindset, and
now I train myself to think a certain way. When I see a problem, I don't see a problem. I see an opportunity to find a solution. And the way I look at, how they say more money, more problems? I think is a lie. I think more problems, more money. Because the more problems that you solve as an entrepreneur, the more money you make.
I fucking love that.
So
that's the title of the fucking podcast.
Cheers to that. Cheers to that.
That was big. Cheers, boy.
That's big.
You know what I'm saying, man.
Well, to bounce off that, what I want to ask you is, the title of this podcast is Money Buys Happiness. Maybe I'll tell you why we did it, and I want to know what you think about it. Pretty much, we pretty much, we're making this thing. We wanted a podcast to be about business and people talking about their journeys and what they do, how they do it, all that type of stuff, everything from marketing to the actual business itself. So when we created this, we're guys that we live, breathe, eat business. So ultimately, money equals business. Sorry, business equals money. You're building a business, you want to make more money, right? And what you do with it is what you do with it. But for us, we thought anyone listening to this, if we can give them a little bit of knowledge to help their business, they want to know, and ultimately that money will buy them happiness towards building that business better. So 100%. Based off of that, what are your thoughts on it?
There's the two type of people that will think of it two different ways. Well, the one person that says money does not buy happiness, and the one person that says money does buy happiness. And I like it because it's intriguing. It makes you think like, okay, money buys happiness. The way I see it and what I take out of it when I read it is, I say money may not buy happiness, but it buys freedom, and freedom is happiness. Like, it's $1 million sitting in this room will make me happy. What I do with it will make me happy. The experiences that I do with the money will make me happy. The people that I impact with the money will make me happy. That's the happiness. Taking care of my family, that's the happiness. So it is a broad term, and I like it because it's intriguing, and some people may be like, no.
We had a ton. We had a ton.
A big one is just like, it depends who has the money.
And that too.
It depends who has the money. You have the money, you know how to use it. You know how to use it to make you happiness. But you give it to someone who doesn't know what to do with it. They're gonna go buy a Rari and then they're broke 2 months, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's different, right? So I truly believe it's dependent on how you look at it. Obviously, we're looking at it from a business side. I'm not saying it's going to buy you more health. Impossible, but still possible.
I mean,
possible.
Still
money buys a lot of things. But it's what you do with that money,
right? So I think it's in the hands of the person who has it. Exactly. Right? They can make themselves really happy, or they'll make themselves really unhappy.
Exactly. It is what you do with it, because I think that, if I gave you $1 million and for you giving back was what made you happy, and you gave away that whole $1 million, you're happy, bro.
Exactly.
It doesn't mean like, there's an issue with the term, and there's a thing where people think money buys happiness. Oh, this motherfucker's just trying to buy a Lambo. You know what I mean? Like, but it's not like that. I mean, it depends who you are. But
on the reals, if someone's coming to me saying money doesn't buy happiness, probably never had money, bro.
Exactly. Exactly.
But we wanted to touch on that, but I want to kind of get back to it a little bit on the PPE and what's next for you. What are your plans next? Because you did the first phase. You have the vending machines.
Second phase is launching right now.
Second phase is launching right now. What are your plans here? Like, what are you trying to do?
We're going to build these two out. We're going to make big trees out of them, because right now they're seeds, and that's going to take care of me, right? I just have the music lined up, and that's why I'm doing all this stuff with the PR. So I can leverage my value to the public with my music, because my music also does have values. I'm not rapping about stupid stuff. I'm rapping about real stuff.
About what's happening.
About what's happening, and about manifestation, about hustling. All my songs are, like, lately have been hustle-oriented. It's like the stuff you listen when you wake up in the morning and you're getting ready for your day. That's the stuff that I'm going towards. So obviously, I'm going to start, now that I have the freedom and now I have the funding to fully pursue the music is obviously the next plan, but I do have another venture in mind after we fully build out Zuno and fully build out Imperium, and that is a whole new approach, and it's within the real estate sector. I can't speak too much about it.
But we got to talk about that anyways, because we're doing some real estate stuff too right now. But we got to
huge, and it's going to be giving back to the kids. And when I tell you guys this, I will inspire a generation of wealth through this platform and through this knowledge that I'll be giving out to kids. It's going to be game over. It's going to be a method and platform for anybody, any kid, any age who wants it to get involved in real estate now. You look at Grant Cardone, all the biggest real estate moguls, they say, I wish I got into real estate in my 20s. So what if I can inspire kids to get in it younger? And I have a method for them to make money now, legally, with real estate. And that's the most I can say. That's the most I could say.
Sign me up.
And if I can get kids involved in it now, not only will it, I got a kid involved in real estate at 18. By 28, you could be a multimillionaire if he takes it serious. Real estate is the only vehicle that one could take to, the average Joe could get rich and create financial freedom. Is real estate. Hard assets that work for you. So, and I before all the PPE stuff, I was dabbling with the real estate stuff. So I basically created a whole business plan. I have everything. I have the course written. I'm just waiting to execute on these businesses and then to make a move on that. But it's basically going to be a knowledge platform. And going forward, I want to write books. I want to do public speaking. I want to give out knowledge, because knowledge, you could give out money, but you give out knowledge.
Of course.
And that's brave that you say that, because I think a lot of people, if they hear that, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, this guy wants to do public speaking, like for sure. So it's brave to come out and say that, because there's not many people.
I want to write books.
Man.
I want to leave my mark in this world. With my music and my art.
And if you follow that, man, I see good things for you, bro, honestly.
Thank you, and I really appreciate it. Same thing with you guys, man. We come from the same clubs on the same street.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? To think about it like that. But that's where we all started, bro. And to be able to take that and adapt what you've done. And I love the fact that you said, you know what? Okay, the music, it's there for me. It's always there for me. I love it. I'm passionate about it.
It's inside. But I can't take it away from me.
But I need to do things first before I get back to that. I need to build up more.
I did reverse engineering.
And that's because you looked around and you said, look at all these guys right now. They're having a hard time. They don't have the right backing. That's why.
And funding. And I didn't have funding.
When music is expensive, bro.
Music is 30% talent, 70% funding, and your team. Talent doesn't matter. I know I have talent, but my talent, it's like if I could get out there. And that's what funding needs. I didn't have funding. So, I have 4 albums in the vault. I'm waiting for the labels to call, because that's leverage. But I'm building myself up to the point where I have 3 businesses running. And then the labels, they need to bring so much to the table for me to sign to them, because I'm funding
You're going to have the power. You're going to have the power in the decision. So you said, you know what? I don't want anyone else to have the power over me in terms of music, because this is something I'm so passionate about that I need to have the power.
Look at Jay-Z. Look at 50. Everybody. I studied them. P. Diddy, Jay-Z, 50 Cent. They all blew up with the music and then did the business. I said, why don't I do the business and then do the music?
Of course.
Right?
And that's because it was a different time, too. It might have been easier for them to blow up with music first, right?
Now everybody and their brother and cousin is rapping.
Now it's actually easier to blow up with a business and then go back to it.
Yeah, I think it's that. And I also think you also have to look at the scenario they grew up in, right? And that whole thing, right? So
and
obviously
now, there's so many rappers and stuff. It's just it's such a saturated market. I wish I started actually releasing music when I started in grade 6. Because then I would have blown up, because I still had it back then. But I didn't drop music because I was from Milton and I didn't know anybody. Right? So I didn't see it. But now it's like everything happens for a reason. There's a reason why I only have 8 songs released. There's a reason why there's a limited catalog with my music, because I've been saving it for leverage, because I knew I would do something with the business stuff first.
But those 8 tracks have done well, though.
They've all done well, and it's gotten me places. But compared to what's in the vault, it's nothing. I have music from 3 years ago, literally 3 years ago, and I'm just keeping it, and I'm still dropping music. I would be dropping a lot of music in the next couple months, because now I have the ability to do so and execute it
properly.
And people are going to be seeing me all over the city. People are going to be seeing me all over the TVs, and it's called Omnipresence, and that is when your face and your brand is everywhere. With me, it's going to be music. It's going to be news, everything. Anything that I can leave my mark on, I will be there.
Of course.
I know if I put my mind to anything, I'll do it.
Of course.
And we could talk about the billboards, because I mean they won't even really be out.
They'll be up. They'll be up already.
They'll be up already. But I think that's cool, and that was exciting for us, to get to work with you on that. Just from the start of kind of making it happen, the whole introduction to it, all the way to designing them and stuff.
I just did it.
You
pull trigger. The opportunity came up. You got billboards. I looked at. I was going to get 1. I said, why? Let's get 4.
Because it's more like for us, how many people have one?
Nobody.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody.
That's the opportunity there, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's just a statement because
and it's a space. I mean, you're just touching a space that nobody that's even, let's say, close to around you or around doing what you're doing has done that ever.
Yeah, because it's all about being different and differentiating yourself from your competitors.
Yeah,
of course.
Other rappers, they don't do business stuff like this. Other rappers, and
that's cool.
Well, they get scared to invest in themselves. They're so quick to invest in that chain.
I put my money where my mouth is. I'll lose money. I've lost money.
Of course,
I've lost a lot to get here. Don't get me wrong. I've lost a lot, and that's why I am where I am, and I think the way I think.
Of course.
Because the man who's been backstabbed and heartbroken and lied to is the wisest man in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And after you go through all,
because they learn the lessons,
you learn the lessons, and after that, so I went through a lot to get here. But you know what? I'm very grateful. It made me the man I am today, and I don't regret one thing.
It's a journey, bro.
Yeah.
Well, everyone's about to see you everywhere. To be honest,
with
the kind of shit that's going to be going on,
and we won't stop.
They're going to see you everywhere. So I mean, someone that's just listening right now and just hearing you for the first time, what do you want to tell them?
Don't listen to nobody but yourself.
Piece of advice.
If you want something, don't let anything limit you. Don't let people's perception of you limit you. For example, I was promoter, rapper. You can't do that. Whatever you want to be, do it and block out the noise and just execute and be obsessed with your goals. That's really what sets people apart, and that's what sets doers and talkers,
of course,
and just do it. You may not have a plan, but just do it. It's all about doing that first podcast, that first song release, that first promoting gig, whatever it is. Just do it. If you fail, who cares? At least you did it and you started. Because the most important thing is started. I contemplated dropping music for 2 years, and at the time it looked stupid, but now I don't regret it. But don't contemplate, just do it. Anything, just do it.
And what's cool, I think I agree with what you're saying. Especially because you're younger, it's easier to go out and just do it because you can fail, and it's not like you got bills to pay, you don't got no mortgage to pay yet, right? Soon. But
there's a time to make mistakes.
Exactly.
There's the time.
If you're young, if you're 25 and under, do everything and anything you want to do and try everything.
Yeah.
Because you gotta know. You just gotta know.
I tried everything.
Yeah. I think that's literally what we said. I think in the first ever episode, table was all weird in a weird spot, whatever. And I was saying something similar. I was like, if you're young, you got to try everything. You want to be a rapper? I literally said, try being a rapper, try writing a book, or be a fucking photographer. Do anything.
Don't talk to anybody anyone about it. Just do it. Because the moment you start talking to people about it, that's when the doubters come.
You have to be a certain type of person with a certain type of mindset to get through that stuff. Because it is hard.
It's hard.
You will hear it from your mom. You will hear it from your best friends, and you think it's out of love, and it is. You have to understand that if it's coming from an older person in your life, their life was different.
Yeah, of course.
They didn't have internet. They didn't. So your dreams doesn't seem possible to them, and they're doing it out of love. Everyone's like, why you want to be a rapper? But I knew it was possible. So don't let the loved ones is what gets you.
It's tough. Those are the hardest ones.
And
that's what I always say too.
Friends that doubt you. Whew,
it's tough.
Don't let it get to you, and just believe in yourself. That's all it is.
Yeah.
And be confident in what you believe in, and stand for.
It's
what
great you
believe
mentioned
in.
that, because a lot of people will be like, oh well, my mom told me, and my mom's the best person.
It's your mom.
And up to a certain extent, you got to listen to your parents.
Yes.
But there's some things in life that literally it's in here.
For example, my parents were immigrants, so they weren't thinking about going on tour around the world. They weren't thinking about traveling. They're thinking about coming to Canada to provide a better life for me.
Get a good job.
Yes.
Get benefits.
Go to
school.
Exactly, and that's every immigrant's and shouts out to them. And that's why I have so much drive, because my family came here, immigrants, and they provided me with food, shelter, and love. So I had all the 3 necessities to life. So why wouldn't I be great? If I had to worry about being hungry and stuff, then then I have an excuse.
Of course.
But now it's I had everything. I was spoiled as a kid. I was blessed.
You gotta make something of it. You gotta
make something of it. Don't make the risk that your parents took to come here not worth it. You should be greater than your parents.
And I think there's a big thing where it's when you get that from your parents, you're like, okay, I got to give back.
Yeah.
And then there's a race against time, because you're like, well, I want to give them everything.
Live with a sense of urgency.
And they're getting older, so it's okay, how fast can I get them this stuff, right?
That's exactly how I look at it. I live with a sense of urgency, because time is the only currency.
Of course.
And my main goal is to take care of my mom. I want her to travel the world. I want her to see the things she's never seen. Same with my grandma. And I'm racing against time right now.
Every day.
Yeah. And the time is all we have. You make 500,000, you lose $1 million, you make 3 million. The only thing you really lost in between that is the time from when you made it and lost it.
Yeah.
The money comes and goes.
Of course.
But it's about what you do with that money, and that's what I see it as.
And I think that's beautiful, because I strongly believe that as generations go on, the generation should be smarter, be more successful, be wealthier. Like you, compared to your parents, now you have a bigger opportunity, and now your kids are gonna want to top you. Like it's very good to think that way, because you're being super grateful. You're filled with gratitude, right?
Gratitude is the real wealth. You could have like for example, money doesn't buy happiness. People say it's because those people aren't grateful. Yeah, exactly. You never forget where you come from. If I was happy when I was broke and grateful for being alive when I was broke and I didn't have money, I could be happy when I have money.
Of course.
And it's all about gratitude. And if you live in North America and you have a roof over your head and you have clean water to drink and you have your arms, legs, and you are fully functional, what are you crying over?
Yeah.
First world problems. I literally hear it every day. Oh, I didn't get the new iPhone. Oh, I didn't get the color iPhone I want. People get pissed, and it's like, what are you complaining about? It's all about perspective, and that's why when it comes to problems, I deal with them so well, because it's like, even on my worst day, it's somebody's best day. They would wish to be in my position. Because I may be feeling like crap about whatever the situation may be, but if I'm physically alive and breathing, even to be able to feel that emotion is a gift. Because some people died and they can't feel emotion. And some people died unexpectedly. You never know when you're gonna go. So that's how I look at it.
That's beautiful, bro. You're gonna make me fucking cry. For real, bro.
Bro, it's all about just, like, life's too short. You have one life.
It is. It's true, man. And perspective's huge, and that's why you're saying the money comes. Money's never going to be something that's going to affect you in such a huge way, because you've dealt with no money, you've dealt with money, you've dealt with a lot of money.
Well, that's the thing. There's a saying that we've said this a million times on this podcast. Probably almost every episode we get it out. But it's like, you can be a cocksucker with $2 in your bank account, and you can be a cocksucker with $2 million in your bank account. Money's not going to change that. If you're a shit person with no money, you're a shit person in general.
Right?
Cheers to that.
Fuck, I'm done here, but boys. Okay, so that's super dope, man. I mean, we're wishing you the best of luck. Obviously, we're doing a lot of things together right now, but
shout out to you guys, though. Forget the credit for me. You guys are doing just as much, and you guys are creating, and you guys, the business you guys have created, you're not only that, like customer service these guys have. They say it, they're gonna do it.
Hey, we try.
Anything you guys need, neighborhood is the place to be.
And it's crazy that you mentioned we came from the same place. All people. We're people oriented. We function because of people, right? So we'll always be grateful for that. We always want to treat people amazing, because people are the reason we got here. They're going to be the reason you get to where you're going.
People are the reason the world works. People are the reason money flows. People are the humans.
And we're super grateful to be working with you, man. And I'm super excited for the next couple of weeks. Things are gonna start happening.
Next couple of years.
By the time this thing comes out, it's gonna be too late for everyone. It's too late, right? But give everyone a shout out. Tell everyone where they can find you online, websites, Instagrams, anything.
You guys could, and everything's on my website, www.kanewave.com. My Instagram is kane.wav. It's not wave with the E, it's wave without the E, just to clarify.
There we go.
And man, you guys search me up, Apple Music, Spotify, everything and everywhere, Omnipresence, Facebook. You just search my name and you'll see me.
Dope. Listen, I don't want to say something. If there's anyone out there working harder than Kane, we'll hire you.
Yeah, straight up. We'll hire you. You're next on the podcast, but I highly doubt it anyway. So we'll take all challengers for sure, bro.
You guys are funny.
But on that note, man, we appreciate having you out. And
thank you. I appreciate it.
Let's get some more work done, bro.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Fire.
Cheers.
Money don't get everything in